So I'm going to do a quick video on composition of functions. The composition of functions, blah, 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 blah. Let's try that again. A composition of functions is really a combining of functions. And functions are usually expressed in terms of some letter, like f, g, and h. So I'm going to say let f of x equal 2x minus 3, g of x equal x plus 5 divided by 2, and h of x equal to x squared plus 2x minus 1. So if I had something like this, that's supposed to be, oh, goodness me. F of g of x. That can also be written as f of g of x. And they basically mean the same thing. That's supposed to be a little circles. A little messy, but that's okay. What it means is I take g of x first, which is here, x plus 5 over 2, and I'm going to plug it into my function f. So I have 2 times x, but what is x? It's g of x. So it's going to be 2 times x plus 5 over 2, and then minus 3. And if you'll notice, my 2 is here, my minus 3 is here, and my x is really g of x. So when I do that, I end up with, my 2's will cancel. I'm left with x plus 5 minus 3, which is x plus 2. And that's really all there is to it. You just plug it in, and you work from the function that's closest to the variable first, and you plug that into the neighboring function. If I had something like g of h of x, I would get, well, here's h of x, and so I'm going to plug that in to wherever I see x for g. So I'm going to get x squared plus 2x minus 1 plus 5 all over 2, which is x squared plus 2x plus 4 over 2. You can actually even go a little bit further. No, you can't. Whoops. I almost tried to factor that, and I just realized I'm not going to be able to. Now, there is a difference. If you go h of g of x, you get something that's not particularly nice. I'm going to take g of x, and I'm going to plug it into the function h wherever I see an x. So I get x plus 5 over 2 squared plus 2 times x plus 5 over 2 minus 1, and that's going to be x squared plus 10x plus 25 over 4 plus, well, those 2's will cancel out, so I'll get x plus 5 minus 1, and I'm going to have to continue on. I'm going to get x squared plus 10x plus 25 over 4. I'm going to just do this, going to become x plus 4, but then I'm going to multiply by 4 over 4, and I'm going to get, well, I'm going to get x plus 4 multiplied by 4 over 4 to get a common denominator. That'll become 4x plus 16, so my final answer will be x squared plus, I have a 10x here, and a 4x there, so it'll be 14x plus 25, and that's 16, so it'll be plus 41 all over 4. Alright, kind of miserable, but that's okay. I'm going to do one last example because there is something I want to show you. And here's what it looks like. What if I had a value? I'm going to use f, g, and h again, and I'm going to do, I'll do a big one. F of g of h of 2. Well, I'm going to take h of 2 first. I'm going to say f of g of, is going to be 2 squared plus 2 times 2 minus 1. So I get f of g of, it's going to be 4 plus 4, which is 8. 4 plus 4 is 8 minus 1, which is 7. So now I have g of 7. And g of 7 is going to be 7 plus 5 over 2. And if you're wondering where I got that, it's because I plugged 7 in for x, which means I'm going to get 7 plus 5 is 12, divided by 2 is 6. So I get f of 6. But f of 6 really means 2 times 6 minus 3, which is 12 minus 3, which is 9, and that's it. That's the composition of functions, and I hope this video was useful. And that's it, yeah. Start here, move to here, and then finally end there. Pretty cool practical applications as well, but we're running low on time, so that's it. Well, actually, I'll give you one real quick. If it costs $3 to put gas into your car, and I've used this example before in class. If you have $3 to put gas into your car, so $3 per gallon, and you can drive, let's say 40 miles per gallon. Let's see if I can erase some of this. We can have it work like this. F of g equals 3g, and that will represent the cost per gallon of fuel. And then g, I don't want to say g of g, but we'll say g of m equals 40m. And so the way this works is if I put $5 in to my gas tank, I'm going to have f of 5, which would equal 15. That means I have 15 gallons. And the gallons would be g of 15 equals 40 times 15, which is, let's see, 400 and, oh my goodness, why am I having such a hard time with this? 40 times 15, 600, duh, of course, which is 600 miles. So g of f of 5 equals 600 miles. And that's it. Yeah. So you put in $15 worth of gas, you can go 600 miles. Gosh, I hope that was clear. I feel like that was a little convoluted. Oh well.